Welcome to my channel, Inspired Ideas, and today I'm going to share with you how I make my mole. My mom makes it similar. Some of the ingredients that I use here is exactly what she uses, and I actually added 2 other ingredients because for me, I just needed a little bit more kick. My style of mole is not sweet at all. It's actually spicy and tasty and delicious. I've had a few people fall in love with my style of mole, and I want to share this with them and everyone else. So here, this is New Mexico chili. What I like to do is I like to cut them with scissors and shrink them up so that way it fits into a container much easier and it stays fresher longer. These right here are chile japonés. They're kind of like chile del árbol, but they taste different. I feel like chile del árbol has like a more bitter taste, and this one doesn't. I have here, let's see, 2, 4, 6 garlics. And here I have 4 pounds of chicken thigh meat. Now my mom, she would make it with chicken legs, and you can do it with any kind of meat that you like. But for me, I prefer chicken thigh meat because it actually has a more, like when you chew on it, it's not dry, it's juicy, and the legs, you kind of have to like go around the bone, so I really don't like to do that. So I prefer to get chicken meat, and so yeah. So this is what I do. I get these things together. Okay, so now I'm boiling the chicken meat, and I like to boil it, and then as I'm going to do that, I'm going to actually do this second part, and by adding a little oil so that way it coats at the bottom. And then with the chile, I'm going to do is I'm going to put it inside here. Oh, I feel like there's a bubble in my throat. But what I like to do is I like to toast it till it's nice and like a golden brown, and it looks really beautiful. Once I get it to the color that I want it to be, let's see. With here I'll probably be able to tell like maybe a minute of just whooshing it around while the flame is on high. I like to cook with high flame. A lot of people don't because I've always been in a hurry and I like to save time. So I always turn the volume up. I also want to share an idea with you guys. This year I like to wrap my oven with foil on top because cooking can be messy, especially when you have kids that like to also cook, and so it's easier to clean up. So it's definitely easier. Alright, my chili is starting to look darker. Because when they're toasted, they give it this extra flavor that if you just boil it, it wouldn't give you. And my mom actually likes to boil hers, but I like to toast mine. Okay, now that I have it to the color that it is, it's starting to really steam. So now we just add the water, because now we're going to boil it. So that way all of the chiles get soft and they're easy to blend. The garlics were right here. I'm going to add them now, and they're going to boil in with. That should probably take maybe 5 minutes of just boiling, so that way every chile gets kind of soft. As it's boiling, you want to make sure to just keep stirring it, so that way the ones that are floating on the top kind of get pushed to the bottom. And as you can see, everything here is starting to plump up. Look at that. Nice little cheetah right there. So now my chicken is boiled, And what I like to do is boil it to get mostly all the fat. That, you know how like the fat sometimes goes to the top? Well, I like to just pour it into the sink. I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's what I do. And then I cool it down, and then I break it down into little pieces, and well, not so small, but like chunky pieces. So I've also stopped. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blend this with my handheld blender while that cools down. Let's see, where you at? Here's my handheld blender. This right here is magic. Everybody needs one. Since I am going to be adding this to the chicken next, I do add a little water to help with the straining, but you gotta use a spoon to like move it around so that way you kind of get all the skins that are stuck and the seeds that are stuck, so that way all the smoothed out liquid sauce can go through the little holes. Okay, so when you strain it, this liquid is there, and this is what you strain until like you can kind of see through and it moves over back and forth. You see that? This is the part you're going to throw away, and then you're going to keep the sauce. So here's the sauce, and this here is the extra mole. Most Latinos know that this brand right here, Doña Maria, and I don't like to use the whole cup. I only like to use a little bit at a time. This looks about maybe a fourth of a cup, 4 tablespoons. And then I like to add it in here, and then I'll blend it all together. As soon as it's all blended, then I will add it to the chicken. Okay, so now I've like de-pieced the chicken. It's like halfway cooked, and so now I'll just add my sauce on top of it. And sometimes some of the pieces don't get too smushed, but that's okay. It's gonna dissolve with all the heat anyways. I'm gonna get a little bit more water because I want to get all the sauce that's in here. So now we're going to stir this. So that way everywhere gets a little bit of love. And I'm going to cook this on low. And I like to cook this on low for maybe either for 2 to 3 hours. And at the end, the sauce is going to be so delicious, so tasty. And oh, I forgot to let you know my last ingredient that I put in. It's habanero. So I add a piece of habanero and I blend it in so it gives it that like at the end when you are eating it. And let's see what else. Salt. Don't forget to salt it. That's one of the most important ingredients. I don't like to salt it while it's doing this marinating and cooking on low. I like to add the salt at the end when everything is already thick and saucy. Well, thank you for coming to my show. Hopefully this recipe enters your home. I will also be sharing some other things that I normally cook that other people love in my family and that I love to share with them. Just know that you can put this in a crock pot. I have some things to do today, which is going to be more than a few hours. more than 6 hours probably, but that's okay. As soon as you just remember, when you come home, you can either leave it on a low 8-hour, or I would 4 hours. Just leave it on 4 hours, nothing more than, because after that the chicken will get too soft and we don't want that. We just want it to be kind of firm, so 4 hours would be just enough. So mine's is an electric one where it turns on and off after the few hours. And so when you come home, just sprinkle it with salt as much as you need. I don't know how to measure salt. I just know kind of like sprinkle on top, like a little sprinkle, and turn it around. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Well, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoy this recipe. Let me know down there in the description below. Give me a like if it's something that you were interested in, and or if you have any questions or concerns, or maybe you want to put a little tweak to this recipe. I could definitely help you with that also. Alright, thank you for coming to Inspired Ideas.